story of the reluctant dragon. I'm reading this story for my cousin Sam, who in the olden days, before he had a beard, had a very good friend who was a dragon. The Reluctant Dragon. One summer's evening, a shepherd tore down the hill to his cottage. "Ah!" he screamed. He flung open the door. "I just saw a dragon," he panted. "A dragon?" shrieked his wife. A dragon, thought their son Sam. "I wonder if he's friendly." That next morning, Sam set off to find out. "I'll be extra careful," he promised his parents. "At the first sign of smoke, I'll run." But the dragon was friendly, and he was thrilled to see Sam. "I love my cave, but it does get lonely," he said. The dragon told tales of long, long ago. Once upon a time, fire-breathing dragons filled the skies. They kidnapped princesses and battled bold knights. The dragon loved telling stories, and Sam loved hearing them. Every day he came back for more, until the villagers found out about the dragon. They were terrified. They trembled in their tunics and quaked in their boots. "We need someone to fight this monster! Slay the dragon! Banish the dragon! Fight the dragon! No dragon!" shouted the villagers. Sam raced off to warn him. "The villagers want to get rid of you," he gasped. "They say you're dangerous." "Nonsense! I would never hurt a fly." That afternoon, Sam heard even worse news. "Look, it's St. George, the dragon killer!" "Oh no!" Sam rushed back to the dragon. "St. George has come to fight you," Sam shouted. "And he has the longest, pointiest spear I've ever seen." "But I don't like fighting," said the dragon. "I'll hide in my cave until he goes." "You can't," said Sam. "He'll find you." The dragon yawned. "I'm sure you'll think of something," he droned. Sam wandered through the village square, thinking hard. A crowd was telling St. George about the dastardly dragon. "He'll eat us all. He'll set us on fire." When the villagers had gone, Sam went up to St. George. "It's not true," he protested. "The dragon wouldn't hurt a fly." "But they want me to fight him," said St. George. "What can I do?" "I've got an idea," said Sam. "Come and meet the dragon." "Here's the plan," Sam said. "You could have a pretend fight." "But it must look real," insisted St. George. "And then we can have a feast." Thought the dragon. The next day, Sam waited nervously by the dragon's cave. The entire village trekked up the hill to watch the fight. Colossal cheers broke out when St. George rode into view. But where was the dragon? A roar echoed around the hills. Flames blistered the air, and the dragon thundered out of his cave. "Charge!" yelled St. George, galloping forward. The dragon bounced up, and they shot past each other with a wink. "Missed!" cried the crowd. St. George and the dragon swung around and charged again. Clatter, bang, oof! The dragon gave a groan and slumped to the ground. St. George stood over him in triumph. Cut off his head! Spear him! Shouted the villagers. I think the dragon has learnt his lesson, declared St. George. Let's invite him to our feast. And he led the villagers, Sam and the dragon, down the hill. The feast went on until the stars came out, and everyone was happy. Sam was happy because his plan had worked. The villagers were happy because they'd seen a fight. St. George was happy because he'd won. And the dragon was happiest of all because he had lots of new friends and a very full tummy.